All right. That took a moment. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here, friends. I'm Sylvain Chamberlain, as you probably already know, but I am the abbot of the Threefold Lotus Quoon. I welcome you. Thank you for all of those who've been following for a while, been here for years. There's well over 1,000 long form videos on this resource, so all of it designed to help bolster our practices, our confidence, our resolve, right? Nichiren says that's the most important thing in order to be successful in invoking our Buddha nature, right? Manifesting our Buddha mind. So, but what happens after you've been practicing for a while? We're told constantly from Shakyamuni, from the Lotus Sutra, from Nichiren, that practicing by ourselves indeed of primary importance. And you've heard me say, this is our first step in bodhisattva work. Why? Because self and environment are not two different things. So, unless we stay cloistered under a rock or in a cave, which is not appropriate, we're social creatures, our enlightenment, our awakening, our gradual development of our Buddha-ness, our Buddha mind, and gives us the opportunity to course through the world as bodhisattva. That's what a bodhisattva is. Someone like you and I, we are the bodhisattvas of the earth, who course through daily life, coursing, right? Following our course in life, and influencing via our life condition the world around us. So that is bodhisattva. But Nichiren and Shakyamuni say, yes, but unless you endeavor to help others, assist others, direct others, support others in this same endeavor, you're not going to reach the full potential of your enlightenment. Because as human beings, we are not solitary things. That's the primary illusion, right? Self, ID, ego, like we're unique, separate from everything. So it is in the pursuit of the bodhisattva endeavor not only to influence others by our life condition, but to support their getting on the same path. Whatever that path is, only they know. So we can't tell them A, B, C, D, E, but we can support and inform and encourage, right? So what happens, because we always have this, it's almost like a little cloud over our heads, right? I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to explain this stuff. This stuff is so complicated. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Relax, right? Equanimity. Don't worry. Just focus on developing your awakening, because as your confidence grows in your practice, so too will your life condition of influence. And it's going to happen. Somebody's going to come up to you. I've had people come up to me in drugstores. Drugstores in California are kind of like general markets in a lot of the country. So I don't know what it is where you live, but basically a store, a grocery store maybe, whatever. Total stranger comes up to me and starts challenging me, recognized me from somewhere perhaps, about what's this Buddhism thing? I'm not saying that's how it'll happen to you. That's my karma. But I've also had people come up to me and go, I just happened to notice, and I heard you talking to your friend over there, and were you talking about Buddhism? And, oh, yeah, sure. And at that point, you don't know what's going to come at you next, right? And the person was, could you tell me something about it? Do you guys have meetings? Do you get together? I've been curious about Buddhism for a long time. I hear about it. Are you Buddhist? Well, yes, I am. And have you ever chanted? Chanting? I'm not sure. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it. And there goes the conversation. It starts, right? Where do you go from there? So, all of that is to say, and it doesn't matter if you've been practicing 2 months, 2 years, or 2 decades, it's going to happen. Because your life condition is drawing this toward you. You are a source of support, whether you advertise it or not, your life condition, because we're all connected energetically. Other people are going to sense this, and you will attract them. I promise you it will happen. You'll start to notice it even in the number of people that show up in an activity you just choose to do, and suddenly people show up. They're all opportunities, but don't push it. There's no rush. If you feel confident about it, go ahead, but you have to answer people's capacity. You can't push people. You have to invite people. And then, believe me, they'll come at you. You will race to keep up with them. So what do? How do you handle that? So I put up a simple little document. Believe me, it's not an answer for every situation, but I wanted to give you a couple of ideas, plant them in your head, that you can start to feel like, oh, I know what to do. Right? Just a couple of thoughts, things you might say, right? Because coming at somebody and saying, start chanting, can be kind of a shock, right? We don't all respond well to that kind of authoritarian kind of sounding thing, right? I know there's groups out there and they pass out pamphlets and all of that. I'm not talking about that. If that suits you, just be careful. Please, because I come from a place where if you're going to take on even one person as a possible practitioner of Lotus Sutra Buddhism, you need to make the commitment. Even if they never see you again, you need to know in your heart and mind that if you endeavor to support this person, you're in it for the long haul. You may not see him till 3 years later. You may have believe me, I get it all the time. I'll answer an email and suddenly I get 6, 7, 10 emails a day asking every question under the sun. People get excited when you let them come to something that answers their need. You don't have to answer with words. Just direct them. Suddenly, their craving for this answer, this Buddha-ness, drives them. They get excited. You can't blame them. Do you remember days when you felt that? Yeah, it's a big responsibility. So yeah, running around, hammering people on the head 50 at a time, dragging them to something they don't even understand, that seems incredibly irresponsible to me. So I don't promote that methodology at all. Maybe that works for, well, let's not talk about what it works for. So I put a document up. It's only 5 pages. In fact, I'll show you. I have the color renderings here. The ones online, because it's too big a file for me to put on my server. These are colorful. The ones online are more black and white. I have this simple how to teach others in a gentle but convincing way. Shoju, right? The Shoju method. And the first slide, and this document is on, let me go to that slide. That's the ebook page. Give me a moment here. Here we go. On the study page, right? The core study material with the presence at the Butsudan, Gohonzon personages map, all sorts of information on here. If you scroll down a little further, you'll see right next to self versus environment, Shoju. If you click on that, you'll go to this document. And it starts, as I showed you, with the introduction. And then the second slide is, this is the first question. What is Buddhism? And if that's not how they say it, basically this is where you start with somebody. So, is it a religion? Is it a philosophy? People will come at you from different reasons, or not even ask that at all. But you need to make it clear from the start. Very, very simple. No, it's not a religion. It's not a philosophy. We, you and I, all people on the planet, however you want to say this, have the innate capacity for enlightenment. You already have it. You already have this potential. The difficulty is that we're sleeping through it. We go through our lives day to day not realizing we have this potential. So Buddhism, rather than a religion or a philosophy, Buddhism is a teaching, is a way to awaken it. That's all. You see how non-confrontational that is? We're just awakening what's already a capacity that we've just left be dormant in our minds. Wow, that's interesting. That doesn't confront everything or anything that maybe you now believe or have believed, right? We're not dealing with beliefs here. We're dealing with how your brain works, how your mind works, how life works. But you don't need to get too complicated. Keep it simple. Obviously, how do we do that? How does Buddhism help awaken my already potential for enlightenment? We're already on such a firm basis of Buddhism, aren't we? Not mystical, not magical. Wow, this is a great start. Well, we sing into awakening. What? Yeah, well, the word chant is really a derivation in English, you would say, or in French, or in Latin languages, right? To chant, to chanter, is to sing. And so with our voice, remember the teachings that the voice is Buddha? With our voice, we sing our enlightenment potential into waking up. What a wonderful way to awaken. Nice, rhythmic, sound, vibration, right? Repetition. What a really wonderful, gentle way to awaken such a powerful potential. By chanting or singing, we invoke our Buddha nature to manifest. By singing, we awaken that part of our mind that's able to be enlightened, to give us enlightenment, to awaken our mind of enlightenment, just by chanting. Really? Is this not a perfect moment to instruct them in the chant? Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, right? I should have written that in here. That should be step number 3. Maybe I'll revise that. But that's up to you, right? Maybe you want to wait till you invite them over your home for cookies and milk. I suggest the sooner the better. And I really need to update that and tell them what the chant is. Namo Myoho Renge Kyo. Let them hear it. And if they say, what? How's that go? Then that's your opportunity to get them to say it as well. This is very important, right? Because when they enunciate, when they pronounce these syllables, these characters, Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, what did Nichiren say? That's the essential practice. So they're already practicing. They're already going to awaken, knock on the door, hey, enlightenment. From that point on, they will hear you differently. Not you, not me. Their receivers of information will be more open. Their Buddha mind will be curious. Right? It's not on you. You're bodhisattva to support them in doing it. Right? Never misunderstand. We don't hand people Buddhism or Buddhahood. They must do the work, just as you did, just as I did. Right? And we continue to do. All we're doing is availing them to the solution. It's very important. So let's go on. What should I be thinking? Because that comes up pretty quick. May not come up right away, but boy, does it come up soon. What should be going on in my head when I'm doing this chanting? Yeah, the big question. Please don't tell them to wish for things, because that's not Buddhism. First of all, what you should be thinking is the very construct of Nichiren's teaching that allows us to answer that effortlessly. we use a special mandala, a focal point, to supplant that very problem of thinking. What does supplant mean? To take that mind that's constantly gathering information, right? Take those thoughts that we think and replace them with an image. So those thoughts, we want to get rid of them. We want to shut them up. We don't want to end them. We just don't want to pay attention to them anymore. We want to shift our attention from our monkey mind, right? And number two, that image contains characters of the song, the chant, that we use to manifest or invoke our innate enlightenment. Oh, how interesting is that? Yeah. Now, if you've already told them Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, which again should be in this, I apologize it's not there, then those central characters are the chant we focus on, and we focus on the two main characters of Myo and Ho, or potential and instantiation. If you don't like instantiation, say potential and manifestation, because that's what we're doing. And then you can show them if you have a little portable mandala with you or on your phone, right? Doesn't have to be the whole mandala, just essential pictures. I have little images like that I make available. I think there's some on the website. I should double check that. Maybe I'll put that in this document too. Obviously, Rev 2 coming soon. And Myo and Ho, our potential and our instantiation, our potential and our manifestation, when we stare at it on this mandala, and then we can wait till they come over to our house and chant with us to show them the altar and the Buddha. You don't have to teach them everything in that moment. Just introduce people to the idea. This is what we do. This is how we enlighten ourselves, right? You don't have to go to a special club. You don't have to pay membership fees. You don't have to listen to some guy with a bald head or a 4-foot beard, or you don't have to belong to an organization. You already do. You're a bodhisattva of the earth. You didn't know it. You're part of the human sentient mind. Who knew? You can do this by yourself. I'll help you. Anytime you have questions, I can give you resources. I can tell you where I get my resources, how I do it. You can just come over. We'll help each other out if you like. You can just do this on your own for as long as you like, till you have more questions, obviously. Send them to threefoldlotus.com. Send them to this channel. Tell them there's a podcast they can listen to. Make it easy. Not only for them, but for yourself, right? How easy is that? Now maybe you have more confidence. Yeah, I won't be afraid of bringing this up to people anymore or answering their questions. What's the next slide? There's a biggie. Make it abundantly clear. So you pray to what? Buddha? No. You will be surprised how many people think that. No, we don't worship. It's not a religion. Because we have this already innately. We have the ability to enlighten ourselves. So there's no wishing stone or anything. What we do is we manifest what is already inherent in our being, verb, our living. We take from dormancy and awaken an ability we've had all along, but we've never used it. Wow, that's intriguing. That might even scare some people, because a lot of people just want to belong to something. Well, sorry. You can belong to me as a friend. How's that? You can belong to our Sangha online, where we share ideas and share teachings, right? So, what's next? Slide number 4. This is how it works. Chanting. Namu is our samsaric commitment and resolve to manifest our innate Buddha-ness. Did anyone ever explain the chanting to you this way? 2, Myo-ho, those two characters. That's our invocation to manifest our potential Buddha-ness. Renge, That's our samsaric realization of our innate potential. Wow, I get it now. Renge. And kyo is the experience of this dharma as we invoke it. Wow. Has anybody ever taught you that? Is that not the simplest way to explain this? The most real and accurate way. That's why I thought I'd put this document up. Just as a suggestion, talking points to help you figure this out. Because it's a stumbling block for all of us, right? How do I, not me, I just blah, 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 blah. Right? But that may be a stumbling block for some people. They don't want to listen to me talk all that. But I just want a quick answer. Cool. When you first start out, it's not complicated. So what's the next thing? Invite them over. Chant with me and see. Here are the steps we're going to go through. We're going to learn to chant. We chant to engage our highest potential to live this life to the full. That's what enlightenment's about. Then we get a butsudan. And in that butsudan, we set up an altar and enshrine our mandala to honor its function and to protect it. Third, the mandala. We need a mandala. We use only the perfect mandala of our mentor and contemporary teacher, Nichiren. Nichiren's mandala. Then we practice. We practice, we study, and live daily with the insights we gain from this practice. Bodhisattva. And more bodhisattva we share. When opportunity presents, we introduce and assist others to this innate ability. Just like walking. Put one foot in front of the other, and sooner or later, you may learn how to jog, run, or just walk. Right? Your enlightenment. Useful? Just know it's there. Just having this conversation might be useful. A month from now, a year from now, opportunities may start popping up around you. Oh, what did Sylvain say? What did Seafood Sylvain say about this? How do I do this? I didn't know what to say. Well, it'll be online, threefoldlotus.com, course study material page, Shoju, boom. Read it, print it out, whatever. Put it on your refrigerator. Right? That's all it is. It's a subtle reminder that it's not difficult to do this. It doesn't have to be difficult to do this. It's just a simple, gentle encouragement, support. What could be more loving? Yeah. All right. So I just want to let you know about that. I already let you know about the ebook page that's been updated. The Buddhism reference, I was chastised a little bit by Sandra, who's been doing a lot of checking for me on typos and stuff. She's very expert at that. And I told her, this is just the e-version that I put up. There may still be some typos and errors in it. If you find some, please let me know. But we went through it pretty deeply, and I felt confident about it. I didn't feel confident enough to release the print book version, simply because it's going to take a few weeks. It takes so long to get a proof copy from my publisher, and then I'll hand it to Sandra, and she'll dig through it top to bottom. And then there will probably be a revision, but I feel confident the revision will be minimal. So I think this ebook version, if it's useful for you now, I feel pretty darn good about it. If you find something, again, let me know, and I'll endeavor to give you an updated copy. But there it is. Your proceeds, of course, will go towards supporting my costs and putting this together and so forth. So there it is. It's available now. You can just click on the link. It'll take you to Lulu, and you'll be able to purchase a downloadable electronic link. They'll send it to you once your money goes to blah, 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 blah. They handle all that. And then you'll be able to have that reference handy for yourself. So Anyway, this was about Shoju. This is about a quick, a tool, a way of thinking about Shoju, about Bodhisattva. Very simple, very easy. Okay? In the meantime, take care of yourself, take care of your health, keep your practice strong, and I'll see you in the next one. Next term we're going to talk about is an old one, actually, the Four Noble Truths. All right, see you then. Bye for now.